Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And today I have for you a quick Sorcerer of Dark Magic Kyber Core Blink deck. I picked up a Prismatic Sorcerer out of one of the ultra rare tickets that I had that was about to expire. There wasn't anything else that interested me, so I just went with this so I could try out this deck. Normally before in Sorcerer of Dark Magic decks, you'd have to use a Trick Up the Sleeve. And you couldn't use any other level 7 or higher Dark Spellcaster. But now that I can just use Kyber Core Blink to search it, I can throw in Cosmo Brain and Dark Magician in the deck. This started as kind of a pure Dark Magician build with Sorcerer in there, but then I went in this quote-unquote turbo route, using Magician's Robe and throwing in a Cosmo Queen in there, just to have the two spellcasters that I need in order to get Sorcerer of Dark Magic out. The spicy tech that I'm running is System Down. System Down is going to be my counter to Ancient Gears. Dark Magician is pretty weak at 2500, so I needed a reliable out to something like Ancient Gear Golem Reactor. So we have two System Down and two Offerings to the Doom, along with the one enemy controller that will all serve that purpose. The quick play spells will help Magician's Robe if it's in your graveyard. Obviously, when you activate a trap or a spell during your opponent's turn, you get to special summon it back on the field. And paying 1000 life points with System Down is going to help us get our skill. Now, if you're not going up against Ancient Gears, the card is not dead whatsoever, because we need a spell or trap card to discard from the hand in order to activate Magician's Robe's effect to get a Dark Magician on the field. So it's never really a dead card unless you happen to break with, all System Downs and no Magician's Robe. Cosmic Cyclone is also going to help us trigger a skill. One Treacherous Trap Hole, just more removal. And then we have 3 Dark Magician, 1 Cosmo Queen to go with our 3 Cosmo Brain. I don't know what else to run. Magician's Rod wasn't really working after I took away the Dark Magician support, so I just went with 2 Breaker the Magical Warrior. One of them is Glossy, so we can get it off Kyber Core Blink if we need to, and also 1 Dark Magician just in case. But really, after you activate the skill once, you're probably not going to need to activate it again. And if you do, you can manipulate the deck to where maybe you special summon the Glossy Dark Magician with Cosmo Brain. That way you can guarantee that what you're going to get is Breaker the Magical Warrior. So it's kind of a meme deck. We have a new box coming out tonight, and obviously I'm going to be showing a lot of that content once I get the cards. But this is kind of a meme deck to use right after the KC Cup. I like the changes to the player interface. I like how it tells you what they ranked in the KC Cup. I thought that was pretty cool. If you didn't rank high enough though, it'll just say like KC Cup 2nd stage. So here we're going up against Odeon. This is kind of the dream matchup, and as you can see, I was still running some of the Dark Magician engine, more of a pure Dark Magician engine there. But see, we're seeing all traps, so I know I'm probably not going to be using my System Down. So we'll activate Magician's Robe's effect to get Dark Magician on the field, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my Illusion Magic so I can thin the deck and get 2 more Dark Magicians to my hand, since I already have a Cosmo Brain. So at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for my skill to trigger, either by taking damage or by using one of my cards. However, I pick up my Sorcerer of Dark Magic off the top of the deck, and we're going to start negating all his traps, which is always good. And I'm going to play around Lava Golem, so I'm not going to be summoning anything. And I think he realizes that, his traps are going to be ineffective, and then he just scoops it up. So that's kind of the ideal matchup, obviously. A trap heavy deck like that is not going to do anything to your Sorcerer, unless it's a counter trap like Divine Wrath, because you can even have multiple trap negations during the same chain with your Sorcerer, so it's not like they can bait out the negation either. Next we have one, I think this was Grit, yeah, Grit Ancient Gears, and this was pretty funny because I actually got to resolve System Down. So he's gonna Galaxy Cycle on my Treacherous, pretty devastating start for us. And he already has his Galaxy Cyclone set up for Ancient Gear Fortress next turn. He can't get over my rogue, so that is 1+. And I could have used my system down here, but obviously it's not gonna do anything for me. My plan was, okay, once he gets rid of his Ancient Gear Fortress, I'm gonna be able to target the Ancient Gear monsters. So I shouldn't die this turn. I can just save my system down for when there's more threats on the field. Galaxy Cyclone is gonna pop his own Gear Town, which is kind of unfortunate, and he decides to go Unending Nightmare. I think this is a misplay because he should attack first, get rid of one of my monsters, pop my back row just to make sure there's nothing that's gonna trouble his Ancient Gear monsters, and then use Unending Nightmare. Luckily for me, he doesn't do that. So now I'm gonna be able to target one of his Ancient Gears, and the Wyvern can't get over my other monster, so my life points are safe. Not only that, I'm banishing 2 Ancient Gear reactors. A lot of decks, especially grid, balance builds, stuff like that, will only run 2 Ancient Gear reactors. So at this point, if he doesn't have a third one, it's pretty much a free win. I just have to wait until I get my Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Finally, I decide to use Cavacore Blink right here because I have a Cosmic Cyclone, so I could activate it a second time if I wanted to. But like I said, I don't see a threat to get over my my Magician's Robe, and I had a Cosmic Cyclone in the hand, so if at any point there was a threat where he could destroy this and try to go for game, before he does that, I can get a Dark Magician on the board. But we're gonna summon Breaker the Magical Warrior. He's gonna use Canadia on it right away. And that's completely fine because we're just gonna tribute it with our Cosmo Brain to get a Dark Magician on the board. Get rid of his field, and now I can go for Sorcerer next turn. I didn't go for it that turn because I wanted to get rid of both monsters. And here I kind of mess up a little bit. I'm going to summon a Dark Magician, and I completely forgot, being 100% honest, that Cosmo Brain's effect is only once per turn. So I'm going to summon my Sorcerer of Dark Magic, and the plan was to get rid of Dark Magician and summon a another Dark Magician with my Cosmo Brain, unless I have all 3 in the graveyard. I didn't think about that. But anyway, I'm not able to, but it's fine. My Robe can at least get over the Canadia. He Econ takes to you know, save himself that turn and then surrenders. And after that, I went ahead and checked his deck, and sure enough, he was only running 2 Ancient Gear Reactors, and they were both banished. So sucks for him. My son's watching cartoons in the background. I'm sure you can hear him. So now we have a Jack Atlas. We're finally gonna get his monster in the main box coming up. I will be streaming that, by the way. Not exactly sure on the time, but definitely tonight I will stream and open some packs for you guys. I have it'll be almost 6,000 gems with the 500 we get free. But here we're going up against Ancient Gears again, so I'm going to go ahead and pop the Ancient Gear Fortress. He's probably thinking, rookie mistake. I'm just going to summon my Ancient Gear Reactor in defense mode. Little does he know, my plan was to use system down the whole time, so goodbye to your Reactor, goodbye to your Wyvern. And now he just has to rely on his traps, you know, waiting for another set of, you know, the field spell or the Fortress with something to pop it, and we just get a scoop. Nice and easy. I break pretty bad too, having those 2 normals in hand without a Cosmo Brain, which is very uncommon. Though you will have certain hands where, you know, it just seems unplayable. I think one hand I had 3 Dark Magicians to start with a system down, and then I open up. I mean, I drew into the other level 8 normal. So there is a lot of brick potential in this build. But it's a meme deck, so you gotta take the good with the bad, you know? Here we got another machine match. And this had me feeling bad for this guy. Like, how confident do you think this guy was? Turn 1 Ties to the Brethren, 2 back row, and I'm like, bye, bud. So we're gonna banish all 3 monsters. I go for my Breaker the Magical Warrior, who's gonna be met with a Floodgate right away. A little unfortunate, but what is he gonna do? He just lost 3 monsters and half his life. He's gonna top deck a Geargia Anchor and get rid of my Breaker. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate my skill. I activate my skill, get rid of his monster, just because in case there was like a Pulse Mines, I wanted to pretty much bait it right then. Instead, we're going to see a Floodgate Trap Hole on Magician's Robe, which is not the smartest thing to do. Works out in my favor. Floodgate. I'm going to summon Cosmo Brain. My Cosmo Brain getting Canadia though, it is kind of bad. I have to wait another turn, but nothing really he can do top decking just one monster. And I was kind of sad here because he didn't scoop to system down board wipe, but he scooped my Sorcerer of Dark Magic. So I couldn't really flex on him that much, but it was still a worthy W to show you guys. And this is gonna be our last replay. Like I said, quick video to get us prepared before we dive into the main box, and that's obviously what I'm gonna be covering in the future videos. So here we got Joey Wheeler, and this is Grit Koa'ki Meiru. So it's gonna go Diamond Core. Very surprised to see a Koa'ki player make a play turn 1 when they have Grit, but that plays into my favor because he's gonna be using his Diamond Core protection right off the bat. And my plan here, now that I know my system down is dead, I'm gonna bait out the Koa'ki Meiru wall with this Econ take. Only good stuff can come out of this. Either he doesn't negate and I get rid of both his monsters by attacking into wall first, and then his Urnite would be destroyed during my end phase. If he negates, I still have a Magician's Robe in the graveyard, which is what I want, and I have a quick play spell to get him back from the graveyard onto the field. So it's gonna negate the Econ take, smartly enough, and now I'm gonna set my offerings, set my toggle to on, and during the draw phase, go ahead and activate offerings, destroy the Urnite before he can summon anything else, and also get my Magician's Robe on the field. I already have my system down that's quote-unquote dead to discard and get a Dark Magician on the field. He goes for Core Compression, discard a Maximus instead of just summoning and ending my life. But whatever, man. We're gonna go Breaker, flip over a wait, I just realized, why didn't his Grit activate? So he's still at 4,000. I hit him with, I mean, it didn't matter because I still had Robe, but I hit him with 25, and then his Grit didn't activate on Breaker's attack. I thought it was like guaranteed. Either way, I had game there, and I beat a Koa'ki Meiru player that was playing poorly. But that's gonna be it for me. Just a meme deck. I really like the fact that we can use, if you have a Sorcerer of Dark Magic Prismatic, you can use Kyber Core Blink to search it. There might be a more consistent way of summoning. This is just what I came up with. I don't know, maybe using the other Dark Magician, whatever his name is, with Dark Magician Illusion or something like that. Maybe a deck like that could also feature Sorcerer of Dark Magic, but that would be a build for another day. Right now I just wanted to try him out while having something to potentially use against Ancient Gears. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Along my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. Check out the stream tonight. We'll be opening some packs. And till next time.